Do you want to get rid of the dogs? Or just
Oh,
like that?
they're fine.
They'll be alright.
Yeah. I mean,
They're being a little crazy in the background.
they're not. I need to. Okay. Watch out. In there. Now I need to pull this up, right?
Mm-hmm. And mute it.
So we can see.
See if Hot Depot's live yet.
Not yet.
No? They're not live?
We probably. Oh.
Nope.
Nope. Hold on. There you are.
Nope, it's now live. There it is. Okay, let me turn it all the way down.
Mute this so that way we can see comments.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to hide comments.
You know what you see there.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait till here for minutes.
Yeah, it should
Or a
be.
little bit.
It should
just
be.
make
This
sure
is
it's-
probably behind a little bit, you know. Yeah. Okay. Good? You want to wait?
Let's wait in just a second.
You've already waited a minute.
I know.
You're making these people wait.
Okay. Well, I just see if there's comments.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe should we do this?
Yeah.
That'd be better.
Yeah. We've got our phone over, or Jenny's phone over here, so
So we can see comments.
we can see comments and stuff on it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. You're not gonna do it. You need Jacob over to clap for
I
you.
know there's no clapping. So JOJ live
Mhm.
in the middle of the month.
In the middle of the month, because last week was our anniversary. A week
Yes.
ago today
Yep.
was our anniversary. Happy 18 years.
Mhm.
Thank you for 18 years.
Oh, thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah. So we didn't want to have our anniversary edition. I mean, we had to spin it apart, but we didn't want to have our anniversary edition JOJ.
Well, and let's be for real. Every time we're separated and we have to do a live, it's a
It's-
disaster pretty much.
Yeah. So we thought it would be.
So we were like, hey, let's just film a video and then you'll be home next week. And here we are.
So we'll probably roll with that strategy. I think. 'Cause
Yeah,
it worked good.
out really good.
Because
So,
it is very difficult for us when we're apart to be live.
yes.
We've not done that well yet.
No.
So
Because it's always like my schedule's this with the kids and then his is whatever. He could be fishing, not fishing, doing sponsor stuff. So
yeah,
it just works out better this way.
It just never worked well. So
Yeah.
So first Sunday of the month will be live. If I'm home.
If you're on.
If I'm home. So,
It just,
yeah.
whatever.
One Sunday a month will always be live.
Yeah.
Who knows when it'll be?
We don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess last Sunday we did our anniversary special, just kind of a fun. I don't even really remember what we talked about, but I mean I know we talked about marriage, but we talked about our marriage,
Yeah.
and just kind of
Right.
like funny.
Mhm.
I don't know, ask you questions on the spot.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Anywho, so the next 2 Sundays,
Mhm.
right? Our topics are on marriage.
Yep.
Which we thought was pretty funny because not a few weeks ago in church, like
Mhm.
that's what Mark was talking about,
Yeah.
was cleaving, and he used us as an example because Debbie was sick one Sunday after she was an example the Sunday before.
Uh-huh.
But-
If you want to go back and watch that Lions Creek Baptist Church,
Yeah.
you can see all the sermons on there on YouTube. But yeah, Mark, he's still in a series on 1 John,
Mm-hmm.
but it's on restoring joy, and then it was a 2-part. It ended up being 2 Sundays, but restoring joy by cleaving,
Mhm.
and we're talking about a man should leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and yes, Debbie, his wife, was there. Mark put him on the spot. Put her on the spot. She didn't know that this was coming, but he put her on the spot on that Sunday, and I think embarrassed her, and then she was sick the next week. So
Claims she had COVID, but
yeah.
neither here or there. So it bit us in the butt for sitting on the front row
Yeah.
because he claimed that he plugged our show. That's
Right.
why he did it. But
Yeah, we had the shortest walk too. I guess he could
I
say,
guess, but I do not like being in front of people
yeah.
at all. Like this is people will be like, well, you're filming, but I mean it's literally us and a camera, and then us and Jake.
Yeah.
So
It's a little different.
yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah. Sit in front of the church in front of everybody.
Yes.
Last time we
And
were
having
there,
to like look at each other. I mean, when we got married, I was like
Oh,
really
yeah.
nervous. I was like, I don't want to kiss you in front of all these people.
Mhm.
Like that, I just
You didn't have to kiss me.
I didn't have to, but I mean,
But
you're supposed to.
no, this Sunday, but the one we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, at church, I would have said no.
Yeah, she probably would have. I'd have got turned down right there.
Yes, right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what the next 2 Sundays will consist of. And we have already picked a word for September.
September, yeah.
I've actually picked a word we already picked before because somebody put it back in the hat, and I'm going to say it was him. But
I'm not going to deny it.
So like all day today, we're like, oh, we've got our word picked. And when he picked example, which we did in March.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I was like, oh, that seems like an easy one.
She actually I texted her a picture of it when I came over here and got it. And she said, oh, I like that one.
I like that one.
And when I picked it, I'm like, man, I feel like we've done this. But it was she's like, it's in the hat. The hat's over here in a drawer. It's like, the words are in that hat. I'm like, well, okay. So I thought it felt familiar, but I texted her, she said, oh, that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good one. But I was like, oh man, I feel like that one's going to be an easy one to like research, talk about.
Because we already did.
Yes, we did.
But we did pick a fresh one.
So we picked a new one.
Yeah, we did. We picked a fresh one. And this one, as soon as Jenny actually picked it, and it's one we have not done, the first person I think of when I see this is Chris Wells.
Okay.
But repentance is the word. Okay, not because Chris Wells needs to repent.
Just trying to figure out where he was going with that.
But when Chris does a speaking engagement, his demonstration of repentance, he always does it walking on the stage. Why?
If that's part of his.
It's not. I mean, it's he would appreciate me sharing, and I'll share it again, and y'all are going to hear this in September. So
apparently, we'll hear it in September.
But he acts out what repentance means, and he says, he'll be walking. He'll say, you're walking towards sin. You're walking in your life of sin, and repentance is literally the 180 degrees walking the other way, away from sin, and it's always a very you watch him do that. It's a very good visual. Yes, that's what it is. That he does with repentance. So when I saw that, I thought of Chris Wells.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because just poor Chris.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to repent, but that's
So that will be our word for the month of September. So I'm excited. We're going to film that in a few weeks. So we guess we need to get to work on that.
Yeah.
And other things, I think, I don't know if your kids have have not started school yet. Like, I think some places are starting this week.
Mm-hmm.
I know the northern states, they don't start till after Labor Day.
So.
But our kids have had a full week of school back in. 2 middle schoolers and a sophomore. So I have to say, Abby had a pretty good week. Sophomores, they've done high school. They're kind of used to it. I mean, it's new classes, and Abby's, I know she's taken an honors class, which it's on history, so she's like, pretty excited about it. But she's had a full weekend of homework, and then we've also kind of had a full week of sophomores. So Aunt missed the first half. They had a half day, and then part of them can drive, part of them can't. So I drove the ones that can't drive. They went to Waffle House and ate, and then they got me. They got me.
Bullied you.
I don't even know that they bullied me. They just, hey, Mrs. Defoe, can Abby come back with us and go swim? And I'm like, why would I? Because I have the twins too. So I'm like, why would I drive and go sit at a different pool? Y'all have a pool in the backyard. And they're like, okay, good. Can we come to your house? Y'all got me on that one.
Blonde
So thankfully it wasn't a bunch of them, just a few of them Monday, and then they all came here last night and hung out. Which everybody warned us. They're like, you want to be the house to hang out at, and which is great. I mean, I love it. I love having them here, but they eat a lot.
They do eat a lot.
And boys are just, they're rough.
Yeah.
Like, kind of fear for their life sometimes. But no, it's a lot of fun. Twins are, like I said, they're both middle school, thriving, kind of. It's been a little rough for Parker, but apparently, from all the teachers, they're all like, it's a boy thing. Like, they just get up here and lose everything. So
apparently, at this age, at 11, middle school,
11,
like
12,
Parker's kept it together. He was always going behind Lizzie, picking up everything she forgot. But it's like he switched to middle school and he don't remember. He lost it all.
He's lost a book. Like, I mean, just forgot to put his name on papers. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still haven't found the book. It literally has disappeared on the upper campus.
Evaporated.
Gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's been a we survived, I guess is a good way to put it. Or Jenny did mostly. I didn't get home till Thursday, so.
Yeah, he missed most of the week.
Yeah, I missed most of it, but yeah, I did cook tacos for all those kids. It was Abby's idea, and it was worked out good. A great way to feed a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been.
So yeah, it's.
And the girls' volleyball is full swing.
Yes, volleyball's full swing. Parker is going to play flag football. He just had his first little practice last week, first time doing it, and so we'll have all three. And I mean, technically the girls are the same sport, but it's two different teams. So basically 3 different teams, 3 different practices, and we're a little bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a big thing people have asked about New York when Ott got stung.
Yeah.
Don't know by what, but never has ever had a reaction to anything.
No, I mean, I'll get poison ivy and, but I mean, no, and allergies.
Your allergies
in the springtime.
get real bad, like when you mow, you'll break out in kind of hives like that on your neck and stuff, like if you rub it.
If I rub it, but yeah, I mean, springtime allergies, that kind of stuff, I've always been allergic to, and sometimes even just like pollen in the springtime, I'll get like hives on occasion, especially it seems like in Texas, places with a lot of pine trees. That pine pollen seems to really get to me, but yeah, so I was out there in the yard at the rental house, the house we had rented for the week, Airbnb, and just walking around in the yard, actually talking on the phone. And maybe it's because I was talking to Wheeler. I'm not sure. But
Alicia's probably like, hey, get him.
Yeah. I've got the phone in my left hand like that, talking on the phone. And I feel something just on my arm. I don't think much of it. I just kind of reach over there and go to brush it off, and pow, it lights me up. When I'm swatting at it and trying not to throw the phone down. I should have just threw the phone. But the only thing I ever saw flying around were yellow jackets. And I mean, I'm not around the nest. I'm just literally in the middle of the yard.
Sorry, could you say that again? My apologies.
I think they heard me. I don't need to say it again. Anyway, she wanted me to tell you again. But so I swatted this like it quit stinging me. I mean, I told Lizzie, asked earlier what it felt like, and I said probably a cross between a stingray, a copperhead, and a shark bite.
A shark bite.
Somewhere in between those 3. That's about what it felt like, on my arm. But within just a few minutes, 5 minutes or so, the palms of my hands were, on fire. Just like I'm just sitting there in the house with Edwin and Andy. I'm like doing like this, they're just, I'm like, what is going on with my hands, and then like my arms start to itch a little bit and start to get red, and Andy's like, man, you're having a reaction. We're like, you need to take some Benadryl. I didn't have any Benadryl. He's like, here, take some Advil PM. He's like, I know it's got Benadryl in it. Okay. I take some, I'm waiting a little bit, which of course it ain't gonna immediately help. And I'm itching more, and I mean my back's itching, and my head's itching, and my neck's itching, like, all over, and start getting these wells. And I mean, before it was over with, my arm, the arm where I got stuck in my left arm up on my, what is this muscle called? Which one's your bicep?
That's your bicep.
That's your bicep.
Right? Wait.
Forearm,
no, this is,
bicep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your bicep.
Yeah. So up on my, like on the back of my bicep, and I mean it is just covered in welts there. But I've got welts on my other arms. I ended up, having them on my neck, my chest,
Everywhere.
my back, covered in them. And in about 15 or 20 minutes, we're like, we should probably actually get some real Benadryl. I don't know how much is in Advil PM. So Edwin drives me to the store. It's just a couple minutes up the road, and I FaceTime Jenny then.
This is the first time.
This is the first contact I've
anything,
made. Yeah.
and he FaceTimes me, and he's like pale.
My face
His face is real like
swollen,
but kind of looks. I don't want to say sweaty, almost glossy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you look like that?
Yeah. I didn't even have to say anything. She's like, why do you look like that? I'm like, yeah. So I tell her what happened. She's like, and Edwin was in the store buying the Benadryl. He gets back out with it, and I take 2. He was trying to get them out of the package real quick, and he kept breaking them. So he's
He
broke
was
like
real nervous at this point.
yeah, he's broke like 3 of them. So I take a half of one just because as
Yeah.
quick as I can get it, and then I take 2 whole ones. So now I took 2 25s, a half of one, 2 Advil PMs. But Jenny's like, I'm not there. You need to go somewhere and just get checked. Or
Yeah,
20
steroid
minutes.
shot,
Yeah,
something.
steroid something. So Edwin drives me to
Walk-in.
a
clinic,
walk-in clinic, which is, side note, the first time we were at Lake Cayuga, I got strep throat and had to go to the same walk-in clinic. So, of all odd places to have been twice, it was this one. But they checked me out, and by that time, the Benadryl or that one of them were starting to kick in a little bit. Like I wasn't getting worse.
Yeah.
And my throat never got scratchy. It never got hard to breathe. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, which they kept asking me. Of course, Jenny kept asking me. Tuesday, Edwin's wife would call her. She kept asking me. You know, none of that kind of stuff, thankfully. But yeah, they gave me just oral steroids there and a prescription.
And they watched you just a little bit to make sure you were good.
Yeah, they kept me 15 or 20 minutes. But yeah, so had a pretty. I don't want to call it serious because nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think would have came from it. Nothing about it was life threatening. There was nothing we did that saved my life. But just a pretty
Weird,
good,
yeah.
pretty solid reaction.
Yeah, and I think someone had even said, like, which I thought afterwards is because, I mean, he is like, it makes me wonder if it's not in the pollinators, you know, because bees pollinate and all different stuff, and of course he's in a whole different area. And he had to, like, even when he got home, it looked like he'd been stung multiple times. Like, I don't think it just stung him once. There was definitely 2 or 3 little.
Yeah, it definitely amounts to about the mark there. It could have got me once and rolled over, got me, you know.
I don't know, but anyway, so I wonder if it wasn't something in what it was pollen, you know, and that's
in that
with the wells
system.
and stuff. Who knows? But we called our doctor, and he now is a proud owner of carrying Benadryl and an EpiPen.
Yep. Never had to have an EpiPen before, but
No.
I've got one now.
And we all are like fighting each other who gets to stab him in the leg if he gets stung.
I'm afraid they're going to go like find a bee's nest and shove me in it and be like, okay, I get to stick you.
Yeah, Abby was like, I want to be the nurse. I'm doing it. And I was like, well, I've been married to him. I'm doing it. And Lizzie's like, I kind of hope he gets stung like at dinner tonight. And I was like, we've already got dibs. You don't get to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen anytime soon.
Parker, he wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
He's like in turmoil. He goes the other way.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want any part of it.
Yeah,
so.
fight or flight. He's the flight.
He's the flight for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that was a new life
Very
experience.
interesting. Yeah.
Getting to deal with that, but
For
but thankfully all seem to be fine. Other than some steroids kept me up a couple nights, but other than that, all good. Had a decent tournament up there at Cayuga. You know, just on the knockout day. I was up there most of the day around the cut, in or out of the cut, and the final period had been my best period, and just ended up not catching them. Not catching that final period. Just made some. I don't want to call them mistakes, but I took some chances, and it didn't work out more than anything. But but yeah, definitely think it was a yellow jacket.
Someone said yellow jackets can sting more than once, which is what I thought.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I'm trying to think if we don't have any. You have speaking this month. Guntersville.
Fishers of Men deal.
It's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Yes, next Friday. This coming up Friday. But yeah, that's for the Fishers of Men. They're national.
Okay, so that's like a closed event.
Yeah,
that's not okay.
it is. Yeah, but talking to their directors down there.
And
so looking forward to that.
I wish I should have looked at the calendar before we did this. I feel like there was some other speaking stuff coming up, but it may be more September, October.
I think that's the only one in August.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess, all in all, hope if you're kids or if you're an educator or all the above, if you've started school, that it has started off great. I know that's a big prayer for ours. We kind of feel like, your kids go back to school and you kind of lose them. Praying that they stay true to who they are in the midst of everything they deal with in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it does become, I know for us, it's the great thing about summer, and this year was especially so because, we were basically had the whole summer together, so that really thankful for that. But obviously that's passed, and now they'll spend more of their hours awake at school or at sports than they will at home, you know, with us. So, so yeah, for all you educators as well as parents out there, we'll be praying for you all. And
and if you haven't started, same thing.
Yep, your time's coming.
Yep, your time is coming. But other than that, thanks for joining us tonight. And I know it's mid-month, but next couple weeks will be regular JOJs on marriage. I don't have a brain right now to think about what we actually filmed.
Marriage.
I mean, marriage. But I mean, you know what I mean. Whatever topics we filmed. Something.
It was under marriage.
It was on marriage.
Yeah, we got that.
And I don't think we fought, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it was pretty good. Best I remember.
And so we'll see you next month live.
Yep.
Maybe just in a few weeks.
Yep.
I don't know what our schedules are, so we'll see.
Yep.
It won't be the first one, I'm pretty sure.
No, it
because
won't
you'll
be,
be
'cause,
in relax. Probably not even the second one.
It could, if I end up having somebody
Oh yeah.
drive for me, we'll be live the first
Yeah,
week.
that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, but we'll see how that goes. One or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks y'all for watching, and hope y'all have a great rest of your Sunday evening.